I did it. A lifelong dream fulfilled. I have a Mortal Kombat arcade machine in my house. Life is so good. I can't wait to tell all of you all about it. So you can get over here right after this.
This is, you know you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's just get into the video. Some of you new viewers of mine may not realize I've done actually several videos on retro video games and retro arcade games. I have loved video games ever since I was a small kid, and I don't think I'll ever not love them. And a couple months ago, I actually reviewed the Arcade1up Pac-Man. If you haven't seen that, I'll put it in the end screen and put it probably down in the description, something like that. So make sure you check that video out because Arcade1up did an amazing thing and brought Pac-Man home. So imagine my excitement when they said they were bringing the quarter-munching trilogy of Mortal Kombat to their lineup. I was so excited. My man, Zach Talks Tech, and I were talking about it. We were super excited about it. And then they showed up early. You see, they were supposed to come in September, but they're in Walmarts now. I mean, that is if you can find them. One of the hardest things about this whole review has been getting one. I will tell you right now, if you can find them in a Walmart and you're even remotely interested after this review, you must pick it up. They are selling out fast. As a point of reference, when I went to go pick this one up, I left my house when the Walmart near me had 6. It took me 30 minutes to get to Walmart. By the time I got there, the website showed 4 or 3. And the one that I took, another guy was trying to buy. So don't lollygag. But real quick, what is this thing? It's a $300 at-home arcade system. Yeah, it's an actual cabinet. It's not a full-size cabinet. It's about 4 feet tall, which means after you assemble it, and here's what it kind of looks like unassembled, at least part of it anyway. It's kind of at its seated level, like you'll want a stool or something. If you want to have a standing actual console, like an actual arcade setup, you'll want to get the booster. Now I have one, as you can see here. They're about anywhere between $40 and $50, depending on where you buy it from. But it makes it a full standing arcade system. Now, what do you get? You get Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And what's amazing about this is it's not the Nintendo port, it's the actual arcade. Now, I just remember putting so much money on all 3 of these, especially Mortal Kombat 2 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I would just drive to the arcade, put as much quarters as I could into that thing and try to learn all the fatalities and all the moves, and then try to go to some arcades and work some fools. So now I'm absolutely excited to be able to put this thing in my theater right next to Pac-Man. As you can see here, it looks amazing. Now, the build process. There is a fairly lengthy build process that you will need to do, and I highly recommend that if you can have one other person help you, it will make it so much easier. I built the Pac-Man one by myself, had someone help me with Mortal Kombat, and it was substantially easier than the Pac-Man build was. Expect about 30 or 40 minutes if you're really doing a good job and keeping up a good pace, but a little bit longer than that, maybe upwards of an hour if it's your first ever one, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So, of the 3 games, which is my favorite? I love all 3 of them, but to be honest, it's actually Mortal Kombat 2. I played a lot of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and I love the silliness that's in there. But I feel like Mortal Kombat 2, which, by the way, is the outside graphics of the machine, is really the best. It's got all the cool stuff, the finishing moves, everything. And it's not overly silly. Like, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 kind of got silly. Let me also talk a little bit about Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. When you get it and you turn it on, the 3 middle sections are hidden characters, much like they were when the arcades came out. Now, if you don't remember, there were specific codes and stuff to unlock them, and just out of the box, they're not unlocked. There is a tapping sequence that was apparently hidden for many years that works on the actual arcade games to unlock those characters. Most videos I found on YouTube don't show you how to actually do it, so I'm going to do it in this video so you can see how ridiculous it is. Now, this opens up a secret menu that you can then change the difficulty and some other things, including the volume. Let me real quick talk about the volume. One of the negatives about all these Arcade1ups is that it only has 1 speaker on the front. And on this particular machine, there's only 3 different volume settings, off, medium, and high, but medium is high. Let me tell you, it's loud. So if you need to tweak that volume setting, you can go into this hidden screen here and change it. You do have to do the taps pretty fast, as you can see here. There it was, see? And it's so difficult. Now again, these are arcade ready machines. So you're not gonna have like a practice mode or anything like that. It's just gonna be 2 players if you wanna practice on someone who's not there. But all the tricks and everything are in there. Even the ridiculous corner combos with Katana and MK2. And I love Mortal Kombat 2's flawless victory, fatality. I just think it sounds the best out of all of them. And I love the doo-doo-doo of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Man, that sound always got me jazzed up to cut some fools up. Here we go, finish him. Oh, oh, fatality! So again, some of my feedback would be, A, I think that the 1 speaker setup on these things is the weakness. B, I would love to see a headphone jack that you could plug in so you could have headphones, not disturb people around you in your house, or even better, plug in some external speakers to get some better sound. The 17-inch monitor is a great size. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no complaints about that. The joystick seemed really loose to me, but it did make it easier to do some special moves. So I will say that it's probably not gonna be the one that everyone likes, but it was fine for me. The buttons are mushy. You don't have a really loud clacking noise or anything like that as you press them down. Pretty quiet. And it all worked just fine. Like, I had no problems with it. I was very excited to be able to do all the special moves I was doing however long ago that game came out. Let me just give you some tips. Don't completely tighten all the screws in until you make sure everything fits. I actually had the top part not fit perfectly because when I was screwing parts of it in, parts were kind of like knocking against other parts and it wasn't fitting perfectly. If you notice that there's edges exposed and such, you probably have done it wrong. So just, I'm telling you, have someone help you. It's gonna save you a lot of time and frustration. As far as fun, this thing is just like the arcade, all 3 games. I go back there and I lose track of time. As a matter of fact, the first night I turned it on and I just was fiddling around with different things like playing old characters, trying to see if I could remember special moves, and even going into the this hidden menu that I told you about. Like an hour and a half went by and I don't know where the time went. This is a piece of my past, and Arcade1up is coming out with a tremendous amount of games. The link's in the description below. They have so many cool games coming out. Of course, they already have Pac-Man, they have things like Galaga, they have Asteroids, they have Street Fighter, they have a tremendous amount of games. Now, as far as price goes, $300, that's a lot, man, it's a lot. But to get a piece of my youth back, from a nostalgic standpoint, and as much as I'm playing it, it was absolutely worth it. Now, you can get some of these on closeout at different stores. Sometimes Walmart puts them on closeout. Depending on where you are, you can get them sometimes as low as $150 or even $100. Not Mortal Kombat, by the way, just I'm talking about like Street Fighter and stuff, some of the older ones. But man, what it brings back memories. All the great things you could do, the glitches, the fatalities, the babalities, the friendships, all that stuff is there. So excited. I'm so amped to see what else Arcade1up can bring out. If they bring out Killer Instinct, it's a wrap. You are never seeing me again. So yeah, I'm highly recommending one of these. Regardless if it's Mortal Kombat or a different game, I love them. And yes, they did have problems with the Gen 1 where when you put your fingers and your hands down on the mat, it was rubbing stuff off, but this one comes with an actual shield now. So they've fixed that, they figured it out. Arcade1up is listening to the fans, which I love. And man, let me tell you something, they're gonna keep getting my money. I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I need to go do a flawless victory. Fatality. If this video helped you out in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if it didn't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm here every single week having a blast. Hope to see you again real soon. Peace and love, peace and love. Fatality. Oh, jeez.